Hi, Michael. All right, I'm going to do your past life wisdom and healing service. So, you're only 12 years old, and that's pretty exciting for me because I love sharing energy and wisdom with younger crowds. So, you have some cool memories of being a fae being for the last 3 years. You have vivid details of this past life, even the ways that they even gave birth and had relationships. So you can see auras, and you have a beautiful sharing ability with energy. It's really nice. Just been taking all this in and I'm just connecting with it. I can't wait to see what Spirit has to share with you. So I'm just going to relax and connect with your energy field, and we'll go from there, okay? I see a spiral like a tornado. It's literally coming out of my head and going up, tornado going up, but it's not quite tornado. It's sort of like comes out and then goes tiny. This stays like a spiral, like a DNA spiral, kind of like that. But it looks like wind energy coming out of the head. It keeps coming out. It's really long. It's like a ribbon. I'm just choosing patience. In this experience, I'm sitting on a chair, kind of like getting my hair at, the salon. It's kind of a chair like that. And this ribbon is still coming out, and I'm kind of looking at my reflection in the mirror. So as I'm choosing patience, I'm also having faint sounds of birds. It just sort of nature sounds. But everything seems dark around me. So I'm just choosing patience. There's also an image of like a dentist with dentist tools. I am still watching myself in the chair and this energy coming out, and these dental tools are kind of, I don't know, it's sort of like picking the brain or picking in the scalp region. So I'm trying to figure out what it means. I'm just watching this happening. It's just picking around this sort of opening in the head where all this energy is coming out. They're asking, this guy with these dental pieces really in there, like looking like using them in the plate. It's not using for teeth, it's using it for right here. And just sort of picking around. There's some little tiny voices that are like, come on. And then they kind of go to this guy, and he's got a hat on, and they just push his hat down, and they're like, hold our hands. And so I'm standing up, and I'm just, I don't know, I just start laughing and being silly, and I don't even know what that was about, and I'm just gonna go have some fun now. And I'm literally skipping very jolly, like out of the space. And when I leave this, it's sort of, okay, so I'm leaving the space, and I'm basically laying down in the grasses, and there's beautiful flowers, and there's beautiful sky, clouds that are just the right color, and there's not too many clouds so you can see all the blue sky, and the wind is just right, and everything is just so perfect and so in harmony. They're showing me what is confusing. It's kind of like the confusing world we live in, the structure of society, and there's kind of some odd sensations about why am I doing these things that it's not really a reflection of my heart, it's not really a reflection of what I believe in, but yet I am still going to sit here, I'm going to let this guy pick in my head, and I'm going to have the energy thing, and I'm just going to wait, and it's going to be dark. But they're saying no. You can have this, or you can leave at any time and go enjoy yourself in nature. And they're really encouraging you to really experience that and not experience it on such a level that it sort of goes beyond anything we could ever imagine. I can feel the grass blades thriving with their own consciousness of life. I can feel the earth actually having a vibrational energy that is releasing up into my body as I am laying down on the earth. I'm hearing sounds of nature, fairies, and just, it's not just the birds, it's not just the butterflies, but it's like every bird, every butterfly, every rabbit, every squirrel, every grass blade, every grain of soil, the breeze itself, each cloud in the sky, and these invisible sounds. They sound like little bells and voices that come through bells. And I'm taking it all in, and everything has its unique energetic vibration, and it has a color associated with it, and an experience, and it is so beautiful and so plentiful, and it is like a bursting rainbow everywhere, all over me, at every single moment. It is that amazing. It's like go out in nature, experience nature. How far can you experience nature? How far can you truly experience it? You can experience it on this level. So what they're saying is like, scene number 1 or scene number 2? Which one do you want? I love the way this feels. I love the way that I feel like I can stretch out and relax in this natural place. There's movement in the ground. The ground seems to be kind of moving or altering. And so it's not as comfortable as it was. But this man here does not acknowledge. I mean, it's literally, he looks like he's maybe 30 years old. He's not bothered by the way that the land is moving, and it would be mighty uncomfortable and absolutely noticeable. I mean, the land is kind of lifting him up, and then his head is just falling backward. I mean, there's nothing comfortable about that. But yet he just doesn't acknowledge whatever the ground is trying to do to make it more uncomfortable. He just ignores it and just continues to take in what creates the joy in his heart and what creates the joy for his senses as well. As he continues to ignore it, the ground no longer is pestering him. And now he continues to just feel the harmony. They show me some, I don't know what this is, but it's playing a flute instrument. I don't know how to describe its appearance because it isn't human at all. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to take a spider's body and then take kind of a human body, but it's not a human body. The arms are really skinny, and they come to sharp points at the elbows, and then just really skinny arms, and they're longer, and really long skinny fingers. And it's sort of like a big round fuzzy butt, like a tarantula, and then skinny arms kind of coming out from the tarantula butt, and then it kind of morphs upward, sort of like a half man, half horse kind of thing. And it's got kind of pointy ears. It's got these long arms and shoulders, and then it also has kind of a small, sharp nose as well. But I mean, the face look is like a human's face with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. And it's playing a flute. And it's jolly, all right. Even its hair kind of comes to a weird point as well. It's not long. There's something very fairy-like about it. But it doesn't look like your average fairy. They show me another version of it where it isn't connected to sort of like a spider-like body. It's just a very skinny, sharp man, very tiny, sharp man just playing a flute, and kind of just, he's really jolly about it. He's skipping and playing at the same time. I love it. There's also sounds like keyboard notes. And literally, I see a keyboard and fingers playing on the keyboard, but I see him playing a flute, some sort of instrument. It comes down like a clarinet. But he blows into a piece here, and then there's just circular holes. He is really chipper, and he can skip, and when he brings his knees up high and kind of bounces up and then down and then bounces up and then down and then up and then down. And he's doing a twist and a twirl as he continues to play. And his head kind of goes back and forth as well. I'm telling you, it's like the happiest Pied Piper I've ever seen in my life. But he doesn't seem to wear clothing, but I'm not able to see any sexual organs or anything. It just, but he's really skinny. He's got really sharp parts. He just wants to laugh all the time. He just feels that happy all the time. He doesn't know anything else. As I'm watching him, what was taking up the whole scene was this little guy, and the happiness. If this scene is getting like smushing down like this, and he's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's almost impossible now for me to get to him, to see him, to be a part of his happy world. It just seems like it's like hands now just went, and then the dust came. And now it's kind of a darker scene again. And it's just a nothingness. They show me out of the darkness comes as so much rainbow. I mean, the darkness just barfed out rainbow strands going this way and that way and all over the place. Super rainbow. And the rainbow is now going, it went in all different directions, but it's starting to merge more and then go into a circular spiraliness. So it's like a spiral rainbow, and I'm not seeing any more of the dark scene. I just see rainbow, and the rainbow is creating a tunnel, and I'm inspired to go into it. It's interesting. I'm going into the tunnel, but it's like I'm going into your head as well. I literally am now looking at you with eyes that express rainbow out of the eyeballs. The eyes actually are bursting out rainbow. I see rainbow everywhere. I mean, it's just not believable. It's just crazy. Everything has a glow about it. Everything has a rainbow glow about it that I actually can see. It's not something you just feel, you actually see it. I mean, you could even, they show me what is like, if you go to the eye doctor, they kind of move some buttons to make things foggier or sharper, crisper. There are different levels. Like everything has a rainbow, even your kitchen table and chairs and countertops and beds. Everything has a rainbow energy to it because everything is matter. It's like metal coils in your bed would have rainbow to them because where's metal is an earth element. You know what I mean? Everything has an elemental expression. They asked me, what is the value of seeing the energy around a metal coil, Abby? See, there's value to seeing the energy around everything. There's value to seeing the energy around some seemingly meaningless rock, but it's not meaningless. We experience that from the get-go, the meaning of every grain of soil, every grass blade, the squirrels that you're not even looking at. You can still feel their energies like this, but when you can see it as well, it's completely whole new arena of what you can do with that. It's quiet and it's soft. There's no interactions going on right now. Again, they show me a dark scene, and there's kind of like I've seen this mask before where it has kind of a smile and then squinty eyes and a nose. It almost is like that movie the with the guy who kind of has like a mask on. He looks like the Burger King or something. I don't. But there's something, I see a mask in here and it's got a smile version, but then it has a frown version. But the eyes are never change. The eyes are always kind of like squinting in a way. And so I'm just watching it, and there's a match lit in a dark room, and I just see this white mask, and all you can see is either frown or smile. And then the eyes are just like that. I don't know where I've seen this. I know that you could find this mask. I don't know where it comes from or why, but it's a familiar thing. I think anybody would recognize it. They show me the match does this in front of the mask. They show me a blast of energy coming from behind the mask, but the mask never shoots off of anything. It just stays there, and I experience a blast of energy. It does not put out the flame either. Again, this match does this around it. Nothing is being burned. They ask me, how do you turn the lights on? I ask them, what else is there to see? There's something about the way this room feels. I don't really care to... I don't necessarily feel like there's anything else in here. And obviously, if I can't see what all is there, how will I ever know? There's something about seeing auras for you. It's like turning the lights on in a way that a lot of us don't have a clue how to do that. And so for you, you could see so much more than the rest of us. It's interesting because for me, I experience this scene. I have invisible hands touching everything, feeling the way it feels in my heart. So I don't have to see. I could be blind and still know if there's a consciousness in here or know if what else is in here. I'm not experiencing anything else in here. And so for me, there's a conversation about turning on the lights, illuminating, seeing more than this. They're showing me the blast of energy happening again, and this time it pushes forward and breaks the mask in half. So now we don't even have a face. Is it smiling or is it frowning? It's broken now. We don't have a face. All we have now is a match and this odd energy that keeps blasting. The match is not doing anything to light up the scene at all. I'm inspired to use rainbow. I allow rainbow to channel through a circular motion from my voice even, and then out my mouth, but out my eyes, out my mind, out my ears, out my heart. And I'm playing again the flute that creates the musical notes, that creates the sounds of happiness and joy, that creates the rainbow, that creates the visibility, that creates the understanding, and that creates the skip and the hop and the jump and the inspirations of joy. He can play his flute while walking and skipping backwards even. And he can twirl and play his flute. And he can run up and kick his heels together on the side and play his flute. And he can skip. And he can even smile while he plays his flute. I'm not sure the meaning behind these kind of darker scenes. Because there's so much reason it's not necessary. With all of this color and this intensity and this excitement, what else is there? What else is there to see, you know? I've been tampering with this scene. I'm trying to, can I heal it? Can I touch this explosion? And I'm getting nothing so far. So I'm just going to pause for a moment, close my eyes, and we'll just see what else happens here, okay? There, as I close my eyes, they show me that this room is lit up in another dimension by the wings of little people, like little fairy type people. Their wings actually glow. And then when they giggle, they glow even more. They create an outline of a road that sits above this place. So I'm choosing to go up and then stand on the road that their wings and their bodies and their laughter illuminated itself. So I'm walking on this higher pathway now. It's so illuminated and happy and joyful. It has nothing to do with that other dark experience where just nothing made sense. There was nothing to see there. There's nothing to do there. And it's much better up here. But I'm also a lot smaller. I seem inclined to just skip and dance and do the flute playing thing. Although I'm not playing a flute. I'm doing cartwheels and gymnastics type stuff. And as I do this, these little fairy girls are just continuing to laugh, and they're so sweet and cute and just innocent and natural. It's like they're adorable. I mean, they're totally adorable. And they're really excited. And the more that I do tricks and stuff, the more they laugh, and the more they laugh, the brighter things glow. And it inspires me to want to make them laugh even more. I want them to be happy, because the happier they are, the happier I feel, and the more light there is that shines, and the more love we all feel. And it's like somebody laughs and then I laugh and now we can't stop laughing. Like it's just invigorating. It's like I cannot stop wanting to make them happy, because when they're happy, I get even that much happier. And so it's just a constant like happy fight, you know? It's like a happy fest. Like how happy can we get? How much better can it get than this? And it just keeps getting better and better and better. It's like impossible. It's so great. It's like it just never stops getting happier. And I love the sound of their giggling. It's so cute. It's like, it's the cutest thing I've ever heard. That's why it sounds like bells. Really soft too, but really it's almost can sound like a rustling leaf or something. But it's sweeter and softer than that. It's adorable. I like it up here, I say. I like it up here way better than I liked it down there. I like being smaller than being bigger. I like dancing. I like playing the instrument and the sound. I like the sounds that the instrument makes, and I feel the rainbow of energy. I feel connected to it. I feel alive by it. Nothing is bothering me. The little fairy girls, there's 1,000 of them. I mean, and there's a tiny little road that is glistening in golden light, and everything is really bright, and it's all really small. So I see it kind of up here, and then the darker, confusing place I see down here where we have a face that is like a mask. The mask is either happy that we put on, or it is sad that we put on. And this flame that keeps it, just nothing, there was nothing else really that was worthwhile there. It's like I'm sitting in a hair salon chair looking at my reflection. There's just ribbon of air coming out and some odd thing going. I mean, none of it is really, what else is there? This is not dancing and singing and happiness. So as I'm up here in this golden, it's sort of the little fairy girls, it's like they're holding a ribbon of road and they're kind of ruffling it like this. And I am not bothered, again, by the movement of the ground. My balance is amazing. My harmony is amazing. The ground could go chaotic and I can still dance over everything and play my flute and sing songs and skip and everything and laugh and feel so happy and joyful they can't disrupt me. It's kind of like the scene with the soil kind of moving me in weird ways. I should feel very bothered by this. I should be saying, soil, stop doing that. I'm trying to relax here. But you don't. You actually just allow the soil to do whatever it wants to do, and you just choose to stay feeling happy. And this is one of those moments again where, why are they doing that? But it doesn't, you're just so happy. You just don't even notice it, and you just allow yourself to find a different version of footing, and then just allow it to be what it is. And then again, it just softens on its own naturally. And the girls just start giggling again. And they're so impressed and charmed by you that you could withstand that ruffling and still be so happy. This one comes out from the lineup of 1,000 little fairy girls. I mean, they're adorable. And you're kind of the skinny stick version of a man. And so, I mean, it's just the thing is you come to points, like sharp points, but skinny into points. Like you're made out of toothpicks or something. But the body is not that skinny. I mean, it's with the arms and the fingers and the ears and the legs and the toes. Come to long points. And she comes out, and now she's over here on this golden carpet, whatever. I mean, it's just golden light, shimmering light, it's pathway. She was so excited she couldn't contain herself. She just instantly just came to you. I mean, blasting full of happiness from her heart. So happy, so excited. Just wants to hold your hand. Like, can't take it anymore. Needs to hold your hand. So happy. Like, wowzer. I'm so charmed by this guy. I can't even contain my heart. They were all charmed by you. They were all excited by you. But her heart moved in a way that theirs didn't move to such a degree that she just instantly jumped up and she just had to be near you. Just couldn't take it anymore. Loves you so much, takes your hand and just cuddles it against her face. And so sweet, and she just absolutely starstruck by you. Her eyes are literally like starry-eyed. I mean, and she's like, wow. And her heart is just like super like so happy. I mean, the happy joy, I mean, it's so great. It's so high-pitched and so genuine and it won't stop. And it just keeps getting more and more happy. It's like, how much happier can we get? We don't know, because it just, when somebody gets happy, somebody else gets happy, and then everybody gets happy, and then we get happier. And then they all just start getting happier and happier and happier and happier and happier. It's like, whoa. Super happy waves. I mean, I don't know how to describe the way that they feel a connection with each other, because it's not like we feel it. It's not like I have a connection with you. It's just all in the sounds of literally bells and happiness from the heart and golden light, and then rainbow as well, and sounds, musical notes. And it's just, there is no question. There's no, are we a good match? Are we soulmates? That doesn't even exist on this level. It doesn't make sense on this level at all. There's an inspiration, and then that is the inspiration. And there's nothing but happiness. And she's so delighted. She's shorter than you by a lot. Like, so, I don't know. The size dynamic. So let's just say, she's almost half his height. I don't know how tall they are, but she's half his height. Just about half his height. I mean, she's a little bit taller than that, but she's really short in comparison. And she's just really, like, she could just fly up there and be eye to eye with him, but she doesn't. And they're just having a moment of happiness, looking at each other and feeling each other's energy vibrations and their hearts and their sounds and their experiences. And it just makes it just a moment of happiness. They're turning into energy, and they're swirling together. Really, really fast, swirling together. And now from this in center of the swirl is a burst of energy that comes out like a firework. It's just a pop sound like that. And now they're swirling back, and the swirl is slowly stopping, and now they are coming back as to like physical forms. And they're just happy, but they're in a state of like, I don't know, like ultimate nirvana, where there's peace. It's insane peace and tranquility. It's mesmerizing as well. It is so mesmerizing. It is softening in its sounds. And it is deeper. And it is connected. And it is unwavering in how they look at each other. It is a different version of extraordinary joy that comes from a sensation of ultimate peacefulness. They are merging as one, although they are two. Their hearts, I see their energies actually merging together. Their hearts are beating together. Their eyes are within each other's eyes. Their hands are each other's hands. Their bodies are each other's bodies. They don't know the difference between one or the other. They are one now. And in that moment, in this state of being, they're completely and utterly, incredibly at peace. Totally blissful peace. Nothing else is existing. Just this. Just this. They show me that they don't feel a part of their bodies anymore. They feel spiritual. They don't feel physical. They show me in this state of, they're like glitter. They look like glitter. Even though I can see them as physical, their experiences, they look like glitter. And in this glitter, they manifest. There's a rose manifesting that is also made out of like golden light and glitter. It is a rose growing between them, but through their hearts. I mean, it's not a rose that hurts. It's like the beauty of love is what it means to me. It too makes pop noise. There's popping noises. There is an odd shifting happening now. It's like it was all just a dream, and like I'm just waking up into the reality, and it feels very human. It feels very distant, and it does not feel that way at all. I mean, where I just came from was, it's what, I mean, it's sort of weird for me right now because I can feel the difference between what is a human experience and what is that. And that experience, a human feels so heavy. It feels disrupted and disturbed all the time. It doesn't know how to ring bells and sing from the heart constantly, just by choice and by the joy of just doing it and experiencing the joy of others on that insane level. It's absolutely, I mean, it's night and day. They're nothing alike. Nothing alike. Thing about being human is it could be like this. It could be like this. It could be this happy. They're showing me that mask again does have importance. What is happiness? What is the experience of true happiness? What is the experience of being human? I mean, even a happy human is nowhere close to that. So even a happy human is nowhere close to that. So are they wearing the mask that is frowning? Or are they wearing the mask that is smiling? If you don't know any different, you would say they were wearing the mask that is smiling. But if you know different, you would say definitely the mask that is frowning, because they don't, not even close to what happiness really can be. surreal. It's unbelievable. It's unimaginable. I hear the words wake up or awaken to your higher senses, to the highest caliber. It's really soft and it's quiet now. I feel completely disconnected now from the wisdom I'm supposed to share with you. That is what they want you to know. Never in my life felt something like that. I felt happiness in different ways, but I have never felt anything like that. I've never experienced anything like that. I mean, their way of being is completely about sounds of laughter. Laughter is the sound constantly, and feeding off of each other's laughter constantly, and building the momentum of joy constantly, and never reaching the peak of the joy, and loving each other so much more for each other's happiness, and just constantly building on happiness and happiness and happiness, and building and building and building and building. When those two merged, I mean, they no longer had a physical form. They completely merged in such a spiritual way. And that burst of experience was like, I mean, what is that in comparison to our experience? Oh, man. That's all I can share with you. Thank you for that. That is amazing. That's all I have to share for right now, Michael. Thank you again, and wishing you all the best. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in visiting with me one-on-one, I do share psychic wisdom and spiritual healing at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.